Former Judgment Day members Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were not the only things that took a beating this past Monday on Raw, because the Raw ratings also got an absolute Leave the SmackDown style ass whipping from The Rock. They got their candy ass kicked big time as they lost over 13% in viewership. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. The Raw numbers are in, and they are not good. Last week's Raw did 1.890 million, so 1.89 million. This week's Raw doing a lot lower than that, 1.641 million. So this week's Raw is down 249,000, almost 250,000 viewers down on the previous week. So yeah, a really poor Raw rating. It is the lowest Raw rating since June 10th if you do not count the sci-fi editions, and it is the lowest demo since June 10th even if you include the sci-fi editions. So this week's demo doing a 0.50, and that is lower than any of the sci-fi shows. Even though the sci-fi shows did drop in viewers, they didn't drop low enough to go under 0.5 in the key demo. So yeah, just overall very disappointing numbers there from Raw. 1.641. I mean, like I said, it's been a while. It's been a few months since they were that low at least, and we've seen Raw beginning to head in the right direction. Yeah, obviously when they moved to sci-fi the first week, it did really low. I think it did like a 1.4, but Raw has been kind of moving in the right direction over the past couple of months, but this definitely is a step backwards. Now, there was CNN coverage of the Democratic National Convention. I don't know if people tuned in to watch that shite. They had the same demo rating though as Raw, so interesting. I guess the same people that were watching Raw, same amount of people watched the Democrat convention. So yeah, that's the numbers, and it's just overall down. So yeah, down in numbers, down in demo. If we look at the clips from Raw, the number one clip, as always, is the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day destroyed Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. That's got 928,000 views. So every single week, we're seeing the same thing here. We're seeing the Judgment Day being the most viewed stuff on Raw, and it just cannot be denied anymore. The Judgment Day are a good faction, and you know what? For a long time, they never really got the credit that the Bloodline got, and obviously the Bloodline were a much bigger deal. They had Roman Reigns, and he was on that epic run. But honestly, man, I think we're getting to the stage now where I think you could argue that possibly the Judgment Day are better than the Bloodline, especially this new Bloodline. And I think in terms of bringing in the numbers, especially when you factor in what they were doing with Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan is now a part of the Judgment Day, I would go as far as saying I think that the Judgment Day are a bigger deal than the Bloodline. I think that. So anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, Judgment Day in first place. Now, in second place, maybe a little bit surprising in the clips, but it was actually Braun Strowman busting in to save The Miz. So Braun Strowman came out to save The Miz from Bronson Reed, and this had 714,000 views. So yeah, maybe people just want to see two big men going at it there. Surely they're not going to job out to Bronson Reed. I know he's been a jobber since he came back, but I think Bronson Reed shouldn't be losing to... I mean, Braun Strowman shouldn't be losing to Bronson Reed. Fuck Bronson Reed. Big fatty, man. Anyway, moving in to the third highest viewed clip, it was Pat McAfee giving an emotional farewell. So it looks like Pat is leaving Raw. Will he be back? I mean, he probably will be, but I think with the NFL coming back, Pat McAfee is going off to do that. So that was his last Raw. Pat McAfee had the third highest viewed clip from Raw. Kind of crazy. Fourth place, we had Randy Orton brawling with Gunther after his win with Ludwig Kaiser, 564,000. So people interested in seeing Ludwig Kaiser, I guess. Good for him. Then we had the Wyatt Six take out the American Maid in a major disruption. So yeah, we had that. That was in fourth place. And then further down the line, we have in fifth place, Gunther attacks Ludwig Kaiser, and that had 293,000. And then in sixth place, CM Punk wants Drew McIntyre in a strap match. What has happened, man? Honestly, CM Punk, he's just not bringing in the numbers anymore. It just doesn't really seem like people are interested in CM Punk, and I think the stuff with him and McIntyre has went downhill. Honestly, the feud lasted too long; it was dragged out, and I just don't think people care about it anymore. And lately when we've seen CM Punk on Raw, he's just not doing the numbers. People aren't really interested in what CM Punk is doing or what CM Punk's got to say. So yeah, pretty low numbers there. CM Punk. I always say the guy's a draw, but he's not doing a lot to prove it lately. So I think maybe people are sick of this feud, and maybe it's better to move CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Maybe it's better to move them on in a different direction. Anyway, guys, there you go. There's your Raw numbers. Raw down. Can they bounce back next week? We'll find out. Till then, though, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, peace.